Hey, hippy dippies. Oh. Oh, Lord. The hair just falls when I shake my head.
There goes that fat hippie chick.
I just came back from watching, from seeing, from going to the movies and seeing the movie Us. And I just got to talk about it. Let's do a review. Listen, if you haven't seen the movie, do not watch this video if you don't want spoilers because I'm going to talk about the movie from beginning to end. So here's my honest opinion about the movie Us. First of all, I have to give credit for having a horror movie, a scary movie with a major, the major characters being black. And not only black, but I'm talking about dark as the night black. I'm so proud of that. A lot of movies these days, if they have a dark skinned partner, like if the husband's dark skinned, the wife is light skinned. We're talking about a black, beautiful family in this movie. And Lupita Nyong'o, oh my God, that's a gorgeous woman. I mean, she is like, have you seen her skin? Her skin is like black porcelain. It's amazing. She is so stunning, okay? Even when she's scared. Okay, the movie starts out with this family that is out at an amusement park. And on the amusement park, this little girl goes off and she wanders into this, I guess, house of mirrors, or it says the house where you're going to take your spirit quest. And she wanders in this place. It has mirrors and she's seeing her reflection in the mirror. She wanders away from her parents. Now, first of all, this part is kind of I was like, this is not realistic, okay? Because first, if you're gonna have a black family and you got a little kids, there's no way in hell no black mother and father is gonna leave their kids unattended or not watching their kids and let them wander off somewhere over to a beach. She goes wandering off somewhere over to a beach far away from her dad, far away from her mom, going into some type of fun house.
No.
A black mother and dad gonna be like,
Stay right here. Stay right here. You stay right next to me. You stick yourself to my hip. You're not going anywhere. I want to see you. You stand where I...
so that part was a little unrealistic. But anyway, this one little girl wanders off. She goes to a fun house. There's mirrors. She's just walking around this fun house, having a good time whistling. I can't whistle, by the way. I know, pathetic. But anyway, she's walking around in the fun house whistling. And then the lights go out. She tries to get out. She's whistling. And then all of a sudden, she comes across this other reflection. But except it's not a reflection because she's facing forward and this other person is facing forward too. So it's really somebody else. But the back of the person's head looked like the back of the real little girl's head. So the little girl's like, whoa, what? This is somebody else. This is not a reflection. So boom. That thing goes off, that scene goes off, and then the father and the mother, they find the child somehow. They never explain how they found the child, what happened, but they find the child and the child stops talking. Okay, the child stopped talking and the parents was like, oh, we don't know what happened with our baby. The mother's blaming the father. The father's, saying, it's not that bad. Chill out, mom. It ain't no big deal. Yeah, she was gone for like 5 minutes. You freaking out. I don't know why my baby not talking, blah, 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 blah. Fast forward, Okay, there's a lot of skipping around, in this movie. You know, you in 1985, and then you in 2008 and 19 at a blink of an eye. Okay, the little girl that's in the fun house. She's like, I guess, how old would she be? 35, I think 35. So she's like, so that was 1985. So she's like, back then, what, 10? Maybe she 10. Let's say she 10. She looked like she probably about 10. So she 10 then, and then 2019, here she is, she 45. Okay? Okay, listen, math is not my strong suit. Forgive me. She got a family of her own. She got a husband, she got 2 children. They on vacation. The husband wants to visit the same beach that she had visited when she was 9, 10 years old. I don't know why the husband wants to visit this beach, but he wants to visit. The woman, now that experienced that traumatic experience, she now sweating bullets. Like, oh, I don't want to visit that beach. I had a terrible experience. That I saw a girl. She looked like me. I think she coming for me, baby. She coming for me. There's something wrong. The husband laughed at her. I don't think nobody coming for you, baby. And if the woman look like you, I just pop her in a chin, cause that ain't nothing. Just a pop in the chin, she be out. Anyway, so then fast forward, right after the man says this, the woman, Lapita Nyong'o, baby, there's somebody standing outside. There's somebody standing outside. There's people. There's a family out there holding hands. They holding hands. They look like freaking paper cutouts of people holding hands. 4 people outside. The husband want to be Big Willie. He said, "Oh, I'm gonna go out there, baby, and I'm gonna go see what's going on, and I'm gonna handle this." The wife, "Oh, don't do it. Don't do it. I'm scared. I'm scared." The children.
Oh, kind of scary, Daddy. Don't do it.
But what does he do? He go out there like Big Willie. Yo, what y'all doing out here? What y'all doing out here? Get off my property, man. Get off my property. They don't move. They just standing there looking. It's pitch black. They pitch black. She ain't got no flashlight. Nothing. He just telling some people that standing out there, he can't even see their faces. He telling them, get off my property. He don't know the type of crazy they about. But he like, get off my property, homie. Right? So they don't move. So he goes in the house. He gets a bat. He's like, oh, yeah, they want to play. They want to play. I'm going to take this bat and bust somebody upside the skull. You know what I'm saying? That's what he getting gangster. So he go out there and say, yeah. I said, get off my property. I'm about to bust you upside the skull. They still don't move. Homeboy gets shook. I guess he shook because they ain't moved because of the bat. Oh, man. So he comes back in the house. The family that's outside gets agitated, starts running to the house. And mind you, one of the family members, the boy that's on the other side, the usses, I'm gonna call them the usses. The usses on the other side, the little boy that's the us, he doesn't even walk. Homeboy does a little, like he's on all fours like an animal, growling. Arr, arr, arr. He running. All fours. He can't even walk on his 2 legs. He gotta run like an animal. So they get into the house, and then the usses, the mother of the us, by the way, if you don't understand, these family members are cloned. Okay, they cloned. The father has another clone of him. The daughter has a clone of her. The son have a clone of him. The wife got a clone of her. The family is cloned up, okay? Cloned up to the nines. Cloned up to the nines, okay? Except it's a crazy clone of them. They don't even talk. They don't talk. They don't talk. The only person that's talking for the family is the clone of Lupita. She talks, but she's got a funny voice. You know, she sounds scary. There was a girl. There was a girl, and once there was a girl. And she tells the story of what happened to this little girl in 1985. What happened to her all those years, about how she went into and wandered off into the fun house, how she saw the other reflection of herself, how she was scared, how, you know, she didn't talk, how, you know, the woman that is on the outside, that's not the us's, she had a good life. And then the us's wife is like, I didn't have a good life. I didn't get to live out in the open like you. You know what I'm saying? You enjoyed the good life. You had your mother's comfort, your father's comfort. You got a nice husband. You know, I got to pick this. I had to pick this husband. I had to get this husband here. And the husband is just, you know, he doesn't talk. That's their language. That's their own language. When they talk to each other, it's just groans, moans. Very peculiar. But anyway, so then what happens is that they're in the house, they tussling, you know what I'm saying? They tussling, they fighting, you know, the us's of the husband is beating the real husband with a bat. They walking around with scissors. That's the funny thing. They're walking around with scissors. They trying to stab up people. But the crazy thing is that the whole city, it seems like the whole world is cloned up. Like there's a clone of you know, of everybody in America. And then they doing the hands across America situation where they holding hands and they clanked up. And then another thing, the us's, they all wearing red. I don't know why they all wearing red. Are they wearing the color red because it signifies blood and they want a bloodbath? Who knows? But they wearing red. What does the red mean? Bloodbath. That's what I take from it, because they're getting bloody. They're getting down. They're killing people. They're murdering the town. The clones and the us's want to take over the world. So they're over there killing all of their clones, all of the good clones, because the us's are the dark side. The devils, the shadow people, you know? You know, like how you have your good self. You know, they always say there's two sides to people. There's the good, like, you know, when you got the angel on your shoulder, you got the devil, you got the angel on one side, you got the devil on the other side. You know, and so it's like the us's are the devilish ones, the evil ones. The crazy ones, the deranged ones. And then the people are the nice people, the angels. But we all know that people in general, not all people are angels. Angel-like, if you know what I mean. But anyway, that's how they portrayed it in the movie. The clones was the shadow side, the dark side, you know, the not so good side. So They want to take over, the clones. But Lupita is not having it. You know what I'm saying? She's not having it. That's the mother. You know, when they're driving away, they're trying to get away from the clones because they was in a vacation home. I didn't say that part, but they was in a vacation home, and they was driving to trying to drive home or get away from these the us's. They was trying to get away from the us's. And when they try to get away from the us's, there was a lot of tussling, and they wind up killing the clone of the clone of the father, the clone of the son, and the clone of the daughter. But the clone of the mother was still alive, and the clone of the mother took the son, the son that was on the light side, she took him and she ran off with him. So the light side and the clone, they had a fight, you know what I'm saying? And what happened was the light side won over the clone and killed the clone. But this is the kicker, right? We thought that the clone was the dark side, the shadow side, and we thought the mother, we thought the people were the light side. But in this case, when the little girl went into the fun house and saw the clone took the girl, threw her in with the other clones, and replaced her in the real world. So the clone was actually living her best life in the real world with the family. So that's what it was. And then, the other thing that was very weird was there was rabbits. There was a lot of rabbits in this movie. Everything made sense. There was some things that was going on. There was 11:11 showing up all the time in this movie, and they were rabbits. A whole bunch of rabbits scrambling, running. People was eating rabbits. The movie started off with rabbits. And I'm like, what the heck is these rabbits? What is it signifying, these rabbits? Those rabbits were interesting. And then 11:11 showing up, a message. Usually when you see 11:11, there's a message to be heard. What was the message in this movie? Let's talk about what I think all of this stuff means, okay? What I saw in the movie. What I saw was the fun house, the reflections. That was interesting because I think the mirrors, the fun house, seeing your reflections kind of makes you think, when you're looking in the mirror, what is the reflection that's looking back at you, right? It's about digging deep within to kind of find out who you really are. That's what I think the fun house and the mirrors signified, going through that whole situation, because on the front it said taking a spirit quest. I'm not sure if it said, but it was like a quest, a journey, right? A journey to kind of, I feel like, know thyself in a way. The holding hands across America. I feel like that's symbolic of this world and the chaos that it's in, and the people within this world that abandon forces, right? And sticking together. Are those the right type of people that we want to lead and guide our community as a whole? Who is actually joining forces to make this world a better place? Or they appear that they're making this world a better place by holding those hands across America. Who are those people, right? And especially with today's political climate, we know what's happening in this world. That's what is signified to me, and all this stuff that I'm saying is what I felt and what I saw in the movie. And of course, other people are gonna have their own interpretations, but this is how I interpret it based on my own experiences. I don't really feel like there was any right and wrong in this situation. It's just how I was seeing it. Let's see. Also, it had in the movie about how Lupita wasn't really who she appeared to be. So it's like you can live with somebody for all your life. You can know somebody for all your life, but do you really know who they are? And do you really know what they're capable of? Right? And then there was a lot of 11:11 significance just throughout the whole movie. And that is, to me, a wake-up call. People, wake up. It's like, wake up to the truth. It kind of reminds me of another movie that I love, brings to remembrance is School Days by Spike Lee. Spike Lee joint. Holla, holla, holla. Spike Lee, School Days. We ran. I said, wake up, at the end. I feel like it was a wake up call, you know, a wake up call to what is going on, what is happening, a wake up call to yourself. I think this was like a lot of self examination, knowing thyself. Um, that's a lot of what I got from it. I still don't know why the hell those rabbits were there. Those rabbits were really getting to me. That's the only thing out of this whole movie that really is freaking with my skull. They're those damn rabbits. Those rabbits scurrying off. The rabbits in the beginning, sequence. Like, rabbits can signify so many different things. And I'm just, she said, she also, the one of the us's, the wife us, the wife clone, she mentioned how she had to eat rabbit. She had to eat rabbit or raw rabbit. It was just a strange comment. So, it was like the us's had rabbit for as males, but at the end, the rabbits were just running free and wild. Oh, well, maybe the rabbit signified the clones. Huh, I wonder if that's the case. Because in the beginning of the film, and in the middle of the film, the rabbits were they were in cages. And they were in very tight, small, confined cages. They only had enough room to kind of like sit up and lay down. It wasn't any room to run or roam or do anything else. And they were like that from the first shot they showed, and then in the middle they showed the rabbits again while they showed the clones and how their everyday life was, and the rabbits were encaged then too. And then at the end, when the clones were free and they were out on the outside world, the rabbits were actually running free. Oh. So the rabbits perhaps were a mirror of how the clones' life were. The us's. All right, that's what I'm giving. That's what I'm giving, guys. Are you picking up what I'm laying down? Hey. But anyway, all in all, it was interesting. I was trying to figure out if I liked it or if I disliked it. And I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, I think it was a good movie. It had a lot going on, and it's worth me seeing it again. I think I would like to see it again because there was a lot of little tidbits, like people have said. There are a lot of little tidbits and different things to pay attention to that I missed. And in the movies, you can't stop and rewind, So I know when it comes out on video, I'm gonna look at it again because I'd like to stop, rewind, see some parts over again. So it was interesting, it's worth seeing. And it wasn't really scary. I haven't really seen scary movies in a long time. I feel like horror movies were scarier back in the day. But maybe it's because things are actually more hardcore now. So it takes a lot for us to actually reach that fear factor because things are more gruesome and grueling from how they were back in the day. So that could be it too. But anyway, if you saw the us's, let me know what you think. So that's all I got, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Rate, comment, subscribe. Bye.